Way Up with Angela Yee, and we got Philly in the building all the way around in here. Gigi is guesting on this interview because she loves her some Wallo.
Yes.
But Wallo's in the building too. And your book, Armed with Good Intentions, is out. I read the whole book already.
Yes.
Honestly,
How you feel about it?
It was a definitely, first of all, well done. Like the way that you tell the story of how everything happened. I think we know you, Wallo, and we get to see a lot of you on, $1 million worth of game and in interviews. But this was like a different type of more introspective, because it's different when it's like, a lot of jokes. And I know you and Gilly have a lot of jokes. But then to read a book like this, to understand what made you who you are, that was, I think, really eye-opening for anybody who wants to read this. I honestly read the whole thing straight through.
Thank you. Damn, that's good. I'm glad it caught you. It grabbed you enough to say, let me keep going.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff, like I knew certain things, but reading everything in chronological order, just to sit down and see, okay, this is where it all started, to be introduced to your family members, to understand why you made certain decisions that you made, to understand, being in juvenile, then going to jail, going to prison, how that formed you, and also how the system works, because I know you're involved with Reform Alliance as the CMO over there as well. And I can see why somebody like you who's been in that position is somebody that can really relate to helping people. Because I think a lot of people that talk about prison reform and all of that, a lot of them haven't been in the system, so they don't understand it.
You got a lot of people out here.
As far as politicians.
Politicians and people in general, that you got some people trying to act like they're trying to help black people, don't like black people. They disconnected from the culture. But sometimes it'd be a money play and it'd be a clout play.
Right.
So you got to be real careful sometimes. You know what I mean? Because we always talk about we need help, and everybody act like they coming to help us, and they not. It's real deep. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say you trying to help something that you don't mess with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're not connected to. Like, I think it's a lot of times in the black culture, they think rappers, entertainers, and athletes, they don't represent black people at the bottom. They're not our representative. So I just think a lot of times the white folks don't understand that, and they give money and donate money to all these people. They don't come and kick it with us at the bottom. They don't kick it with the people. And I'm out there, I deal with the people. I deal with the real people at the bottom that, and the bottom dictate the top. And I don't think we understand it in the culture, but we forget that. And a lot of artists forget that. It's like, bro, you're not popping to the hood say you popping. Then once the hood say you popping, you get popping, you start acting like you don't know the hood no more.
Right.
And then you go corny. They go corny at the while, because when the hood start fucking with you, it's corny.
Because people always act like once you make it, you got to leave the hood and don't go back. Some people are like, I can't be there.
You can support the hood. Some people, a lot of people that think like that, they never was from the hood. I just think a lot of people really don't care about the hood. They don't care about the people because they never felt as though they was a part of the people. So I just think a lot of times when we look at this shit, we be having a lot of people that they be thinking that represent us. They don't. They never was with us. And then you got a lot of people that in our culture, when you come up and you was corny or something, and I'm just being realistic, and when you're corny, y'all women know how it is. Dude, corny get money, then they hate everybody. They mad now because now they feel it's like, I can pay back now.
And people also reinvent themselves and act like they wasn't corny.
Yeah, you was corny your whole life.
Right, you could have been corny.
You just got money.
You moved to another city.
You got some money now. Now you just hide behind the money.
Stories about how you used to be.
You hide behind the money, but you still corny. So it's deep.
People from your hometown know what it really is.
Yeah, it get real crazy. But it's just like this book right here, just to show people, man, listen, man. Not only was I on with good intentions, but I never gave up. I could have came out of prison and said, it's over for me. Oh, I'm a victim. I was in jail. The white man. I ain't do none of that shit.
Right.
I came out here and turned it up on them.
And I think also people from the outside looking in, like you came home for 9 months and then ended up going right back.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah, the first time. But, people from the outside would be like, oh, he's so stupid. Why would he do that? But even when you're leaving, they're like, see you again soon, because they talk about recidivism, but it's also decision making and learning certain things. They act like prison is supposed to be a place that rehabilitates and. Oh,
you got to rehabilitate yourself. They ain't doing. I'm just saying. I'm on a block. It's 500 people on the block. We sharing 2 counselors. Rehabilitate what? You go to a program that's just cycling these programs you go to, and it's like, okay, you're going to a program. How many? What really gonna help you? How the fuck that's really gonna help you go to program? Out of the 20 years you do, you might go to the program for 10 weeks. Then you go to another program for 10 weeks. You might do 5 programs in that 20-year time. It's about you. It's really a you game. But it is not just jail. When you come home, like I tell people, the most scariest day of prison are the day you come home.
Right.
If I come home, right? Say I'm coming home. One of y'all ladies, I got a kid by one of y'all. As soon as I come home, you putting the pressure on me because
you got to take care of it.
As a black woman, your whole thing is like, all right, my man, you ready to come home and step up. You better figure something out, get a package, do something. So now you got this pressure of, unless you got an understanding child's mother, you in trouble from the day one. Because now you got to deal with that. Then you got to deal with the fact of, oh, everything I said I was before this, I got to be that now. Everything I told you when I was on the phone call to you and my daughter, listen, I'm coming home, daddy gonna chill. I'm telling you, listen, baby, I'm telling you, I want my family back. I want my family back, but I'm telling you, I'm a different dude. You got to come home and be that. You never was that before.
Right.
And it's like now you come home and boo-boo hollering at you in black, and they like, yo, let's get it, man. We got, I got to move. And you like,
just one time, let me just catch this lick real fast.
Because his whole thing is he looking at you. You done involved. You're a registered nurse now. You got your body done. You looking good. You live in the suburbs. And I'm like, damn, I can't. You like, I can't. And you like, damn, I want her back. And you down there live with your mom. She like, no, nigga, you ain't coming up living up in here. You got to get some paper. That pressure is something else.
Well, besides that, I want to say, because first of all, it's a guilty pleasure, but I love watching Love After Lockup.
Oh, no, listen. let me explain something to you. I'm going to put you down with something.
Please.
I'm going to put you down. So listen. I'm in the joint, right? You got several websites, right? Gil killed me about this. So you had inmate.com, you had Friends Beyond the Wall, you had meetaprisoner.com.
I know that one.
So you would take like $30, right? You would take $30. You got to write your spill together. You got to get your bio together. You got a bio. Right. You just sit down. And if you ain't built like that, like it was a couple dudes that couldn't read, and I used to write stuff for them. I used to write letters, but sometimes I'll write a bio. Right? I used to sell bios. So you'll hook your bio up, and then you'll take $35 off your account, send it to these different spots. So now you on these different platforms.
Oh gosh.
And women be going there. Next thing you know, the letters start coming.
Yep.
I knew this old head, right? He was old head. He was like 60-something, right? So he would pay a young boy, one of the workout boys, hey, man, I'm going to pay you, man, to conversate. Yo, give me your pictures. Let me send me some pictures. He'd set up the profiles. Man, he had 1,000 women writing him, sending him money and all.
Having a good time.
You be surprised.
Fishing from the joint.
Yo, the prison visiting room be jumping.
Because I always wondered this, too. I would tell anybody, like, and tell me if you think this is true. For a woman, if you're dating somebody, right, and I know, like, in your last year, you met somebody, y'all kicking it. Yeah. But I feel like things will always change when you come home. Like, you never know. Not always, but a lot of times.
It's hard when you come home, especially if it's somebody that you wasn't rocking with before you went to prison, because it's like you come home and you sitting there, you thinking about, damn, baby, you my baby. I'm telling you the world, we going to the top. But then you get out there, you see all these asses out here, all these new bodies, all this new shit. Especially if you did some real time. You wasn't out here for all these new bodies. So you come home and be like,
it's a playground.
Oh, shit, it's cool that you come up to visit, all the visit pictures, the snacks and zooms and wham-whams. But now it's like, I think everybody's story is different.
Yeah. It's not
depends
always,
on the connection
but I think that's a big risk, right? And then, because some people will say, well, he used me.
Would you do a bit with somebody that you was tell the truth? Would you do a bit?
How long?
What was too long before you start doing something? Before you go get with Baby Lake?
It depends. It depends on how long we was together before. It just depends. Like if we together now.
You was together with somebody.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
Okay.
And he got to go do a 3-year bit. Is you holding him down? Is you not doing nothing?
3 years? I could do that for 3 years, especially now. I'll be so busy.
5?
I'll be working. No, I tell you, no, it's not going to happen.
5.
But I believe in honesty, and I still hold you down. Like if you need something, but I'll be like, sorry. 5 years is a long time. And also, what did he do?
No, let me ask you first. All right, so listen. You got to do, he married you. Put you in a big house, set you up, everything cool, y'all going together. You found out he was doing some embezzlement, something. But he did everything, took care of you, left you off right. He got to do 7 years. You doing that bit with him?
And I'm in a nice big house, and I got everything taken care of.
You doing that bit?
I'm gonna stand beside him.
Because once he go to jail, Baby Leg looking for you. Everybody looking for you.
But if we're married, can I go and we can still have conjugal visits and everything?
It depends on what state you in. The feds, you can't do that.
It would depend. Okay, so if it's the feds and you say no conjugal visits or nothing.
No, is you gonna go slide on him? You gonna go get with Baby Lake?
I mean, if we was together all that time, I think a guy as a man, wouldn't you assume that's gonna happen anyway?
Oh, I already know you getting busy. Listen, man.
Because whether or not you do, he gonna think you are.
Listen.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something.
7.
God forbid I'm sleeping, you call me.
Dude,
not 7 years, 7
and I don't
days.
answer.
One of the most painful days outside of my brother getting killed and stuff, and family members dying, is I was dealing with this girl. Right, she was going to Spelman. Right now, this is my girl on the streets. I called her. Boy answered the phone.
Wow.
I'm in the, listen. I'm inside of the phone room because you gonna need when you go on the phone room, you take your sock because you put your sock over the phone so it'd be like clean. You put your sock on. I'm on some cool shit.
Right.
That motherfucker answers the phone. Yo, I'm like,
you're.
No. I heard that first. Then the operator come on. You have a collect call from blah blah blah. So it's running down.
There's
so I'm
nothing
like,
you could do.
So I'm like. Shit like this.
He
I'm
probably went to Morehouse.
Listen, everything I love. I'm ready to pass out in the phone room. I'm holding the phone. I'm like, damn, please. He got my baby, right? So listen, he answered that joint. Click. Thank you for receiving this call. He come to, yo, what's going on, man? I'm like, I ain't gonna say her name because I don't want to say her name. She married now. She like a lawyer and all this shit in Boston. I'm like, is B there? He like, no, she ain't here right now. She went to the store, man. You want me to leave a message or something? So I'm like, why are you in the dorm room?
Yeah.
No, he ain't nice. I'm like, damn.
He's taking a message.
No, I'm like, damn. I'm like,
in the dorm at Spelman.
So I'm like, I felt the tears coming down. So I'm like this.
Oh man.
I'm hurting, right? I'm hurting because listen, this is my first interaction with this shit in jail. Everybody got to go through this, right?
Right.
So I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate calling. He's, no, call anytime. I'm like, call anytime. Who the fuck you think I'm a? What she told you I'm a brother or something? What's going on, right? So I'm like, man, I went to the cell, man. I almost passed out, man. It was a hurt piece, man. Baby leg had my chick, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But there's nothing you could do about it.
There's nothing you could do about it.
Did you call back after that? Like,
what was y'all's next conversation?
No, you know what's crazy? I had to, because I wanted to be player. So when I called her the next time, a couple of days ago, later she answered the phone. It was cool. Like, she ain't even talk about it.
And neither did you.
I ain't talk about it. I just kept taking the letters.
Hey, what's up today?
Kept boo loving.
You alone?
Wow. Right. You
kept boo loving.
Oh my gosh. Because and you even say this in the book. You talk about that. Like, what do you expect this woman to do?
No, you can't because that happened to me multiple times going to jail. I can say this one girl named Veronica Smith, Ronnie. Mm-hmm. She was my John too. And I was crazy because when you in jail, you get illusion. Yes, my girl. I wrote her every day for a year, like every day. I was writing letters.
She didn't even write back.
She never wrote back. So I told
Take a hint, sir.
I'm telling myself, I'm in the juvenile joint. I'm like, you know what? Her mom and them hold my letters, man. They hating on me,
You
right?
made up a whole scenario.
I come home, knock on her door day one. I tell my man, Wish, take me to the crib. He take me up to the crib. I'm like, yeah, my baby. She come out. I'm like, damn, what's up, baby? This and that third. She telling me something. Oh my God, Wally. I'm like, so she's like, let's walk down the street. I'm like, so we walk down the street. She's like, I got it, man. This and that third. I'm like, damn, did you get my letter? She's like, yeah. I'm like, but I was in a situation. I'm just like, I start punching in the air. You remember like my man on Boys in the Hood?
Right.
I was punching in the air and shit. It was hard. It was heartbroken. Like, but I always was a dude that was like, it was cool. It was just like, damn.
I thought you was gonna say she opened the door and she was pregnant.
Ooh. No, it was like the same thing.
You said no. That's not the same thing. Pregnant is permanent. Like, well, unless it's not. But
she was already done. She never wrote back, so it was cool.
Yeah, I think that's a hint. If I don't write you back, and
no, you think it's some magical shit in jail.
Yo will make up anything, right?
Oh, somebody, her brother taking my letters.
You know what's interesting? So there is a scenario you talk about in the book too, Brenda, and you were like 13 years old.
Go ahead.
And she was almost 30. Wow.
No, I wasn't 13. I was 17. She
you
was
were 17? Okay.
17 and 31.
All right, but she had been grooming you pretty much.
I ran up on her. I ran up on her. And she was in the way really, I ran up on her, she's in a store and then I shot my shot and it was on.
Right. But while you were in jail, you realized at the time it felt like you lit. And this happens a lot with young men.
Yeah.
You get with the older women and you feel like you're the man, but later on in life you're like, was I taken advantage of?
Yeah.
And when you think about that now, how do you think, how do you frame that in your head?
You know what's crazy? It's wild. And I was speaking at it was a couple years back. I was speaking at Charlemagne, the health thing he had, the mental health joint. And I spoke about something I said we don't talk about in our community, and it's crazy, and it's major in the black community, pedophilia, right? A lot of times it's usually the older black men dealing with the younger women in history. I'm talking about like if you go all the way back to 60, 70, it was always like, and the first time I witnessed it, then I started later on in life, is when I watched What Love Got to Do with It and how they passed Tina Turner off.
Right.
But that been going on since the beginning of the time because when you look at a lot of our family members, grandpa was already like 15, 20 years older than grandmas. And it's like, that been going on, but that's something that never get talked about. And a lot of women experience that on a high level in their communities.
Right.
And that's why there's a lot of trauma later on with relationships and things, because it's issues that never was dealt with. They never spoke to nobody about it. Sometimes it got overlooked, and it didn't, I think, a lot of times in our mind is encouraged. The aunt might be like, girl, you better go talk to him. He got money.
Or he got a car. Or
He
he
got
got,
money. So-
he got
so
a
the same-
job. He buying a sneakers.
So the same thing with a young guy, you like, damn, you winning. I'm the man.
The teacher, because
Don't
guys
tell-
always act like it's a fantasy.
Yeah, the teacher.
To be with your teacher, and something's wrong with you if you don't. Even if you hear some, I'm not going to name no rappers, but they've talked about how they have their son, sleep with an older woman and do things like that, and it is really kind of like that's.
It could destroy you for life. It could mess you up because you don't really know. You thinking you winning, sometimes you losing. Especially in our community, the women be taking it be destroying a lot of the sisters.
Right.
And because they don't talk about it. A lot of them don't talk about it, but you hear it a lot.
But so now that I'm asking you, how did you frame that? Like when you think about it now, today, when you were 17 years old, she was 31 years old. Like, how do you think that affected you? Because you wrote about it in the book, so it's got to be more to...
It was deep because I'm like, damn, what happened? Because you don't know. And then I'm looking at it like, and I think what really made me think about it was like, the girls that was my age, they wasn't talking to us. Mm-hmm. They was talking to the older
guys.
girls.
Yeah.
So it was like, what the fuck was going on in the community? Because it was like, all the girls that we liked, they wouldn't pay us no attention.
I was 15 with a 24-year-old.
You
Had no business doing that.
You see what I'm saying? So it was like, it was just deep. It was deeper than, and so I was just trying to break down, like put it out there. It's just like, yo, we got to be more on point with this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's going on like never before.
I looked so young when I was 15, 16. I looked like a little baby when I was that age. I remember my friend's older brother used to drive us to school, and he definitely he bought me a Valentine's Day present. But he was so, like, he seemed so old to me. I was like 14 or 15. And he had on a suit every day. And I was like, ew, why would he even be trying to talk to like a little young girl like myself? I just thought it was gross. I didn't even want to ride to school with them anymore after that. It was so disgusting to me as a kid.
Yeah, but it's an issue we got to deal with in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, listen, you were in the hospital, and there's all these different reasons why.
Oh, yeah, I got to.
You got to, so.
Listen, well, I'm going to just say this. Gil said I was in the hospital because I got extended, right?
A DDL.
I got beefed up.
Right.
I mean, now I'm not going to comment.
You're not, okay, all right.
I'm going to just say, like, that's you got to find out.
It wasn't a consultation. No, we can't find out. How are we
I'm
going
just
to know?
saying, you do the research. People.
Wow.
I mean, but it is what it is.
How long would that put a person down?
I was about to say, just happy healing to whatever it was.
Yeah.
Wish you nothing but the best.
You know how that works. They snip the ligaments.
No, that's cap.
Oh, explain it.
I can't explain it. I don't want to get to
Well, to be honest, there's two different types of surgery you can get.
Okay,
You can get the one
us.
where they snip the snip and then they extend.
Or they could put
40% of
yeah.
it is inside of you, so they pull that out.
Ooh.
Then the other one is
You know
can
somebody
get,
that got one.
I do. And then the other
You
one is
do?
I know somebody got the other one.
Okay.
The other one is you get lipo and then they put the fat to give you girth.
No, you forgetting the other one. It's a joint where as though you don't even need to do the lipo to get you girth. They got something they can just shoot it, and that joint blow up like
collagen.
It'll blow. It's collagen, and it blow
Same
up like
thing
a
they put
can.
another-
Oh my God!
It
Do
blow
you
up like
got to
a
sit on
soda
a
can.
pillow?
No, it blow. No. Your joint blow up like a soda can.
Oh my God!
That
That's
joint look like
awful.
yeah.
I would hate to see men on flights on their knees with their face in the seat.
Like a
you know?
BBL.
Crazy.
That's hilarious.
I can't put my balls on
It's
the
crazy.
seat.
Well,
crazy.
you look good, and you look like you're
happy.
you look like you're feeling better.
And that's
I
a
am.
good time to get the DDL right before the book comes out. You know what I'm saying? For real, right? You going on tour, you want to be right. You know
You
how
walked
people.
in here,
Oh,
you
God.
wasn't limping or nothing. You don't look sick, so
So how's the
I think
recovery?
The recovery is outstanding, man. Great doctor.
I think you joking, but you
She's
serious.
a great doctor. That's all I'm gonna say.
She's a great wow.
Okay, she's a great doctor. I guess you probably don't want to. Well, it wouldn't matter if a man operated.
Man, I don't know.
I'm here for all elective surgery. Y'all already know I don't got a problem laying on the table.
Right.
And I support you in your journey, sir.
Thank you.
So you wouldn't mind a man getting lipo or nothing like
I
that?
was with a man that had lipo.
Oh.
Yeah.
She said she was for somebody that got extended.
Oh, so he got that. Oh, he did the lipo one.
Yes.
Okay.
He did a whole lot. Let's just say that, like full body. for
Now
real.
listen. Obviously, you and your cousin Gilly always have jokes on each other. What did he say when he read this book?
He listened to the audio version because he was in the studio with me just hearing it. And I mean, it's one thing about Cuz know the story already, so
Yeah.
it's not new to him, and he know more of the story.
Then
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like It's just regular to him because it's our story and it's shit that we talk about even outside of social media. We just be in our own world, zoning out.
I know he's proud of you, though.
Without a doubt. That's my biggest. Like, he the biggest pusher. That's my biggest cheerleader right there.
I love y'all together.
Give me a W. Give me a yeah. He's a cheerleader.
Now, were there some things that you're like, this might be too much to put in the book? Because there's some very graphic stories in here.
Oh, my God, the jail story about the drugs in the butt?
Yeah, it's not me. I understand. It's not me, y'all.
Oh yeah, let's be clear.
For anybody who reads it,
there was no drugs.
It's some crazy shit.
You gotta read it to see. No, but honestly, that made me. I had to put it down for a minute.
I want to be clear now.
Oh,
I had to put the book down for a minute
it's
when
deep.
it came. Yeah, no, it was very deep.
Pause.
It's deep. Pause. Gigi out of control.
It's honestly awful though, because I know a lot of times like people would say jail's not like you think, because people will always think like, oh, you went to jail, that means you definitely was
like you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about jail? Like when you get you be on the streets of some dangerous shit. But when you get to jail and you really see that shit and they ask you where you want your body sent and all that type of shit, it get real immediately. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you was on the streets. It's the unknown because now you ain't got no gun, and you don't know who's on the other side of that wall when you're going through the assessment and they sitting there taking your vitals and they talking to you and they asking you about your address. And that way you want your body sent shit is like.
I might not make it out of here.
Is that deep in this joint?
Yeah.
The fuck is going on back there?
Right.
And you sitting there waiting to go upstairs and you got to get to your cell or whatever. It get real scary.
Solitary confinement is a big topic today.
I've been there.
And that's what I want to ask you about because, here in New York, they don't have solitary confinement, but they do have something where they might have to separate you if you're a danger to everybody.
Protective custody?
Yeah, protective custody. Mm-hmm. I want to know what you think about solitary confinement and what you think should be happening in situations where maybe it is a situation where somebody does pose a danger to other inmates or to even the COs. So what do you think should happen in that situation?
It's deep because when I was in Greatest Ford Penitentiary, that was like that's the biggest penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. When I went to the hole, because I went to the hole for cell phones. Other than that, I never went to the hole.
Right.
I spent 6 months in the hole.
6 months for the cell phones.
6 months for the cell phone.
Which is wild. That's
No. That's major in there.
Because it's not like you were hurting anyone.
No, I spent 6 months for that. Plus, I got a street case. But what happened is, when I went to the wing where the hole is at, where they had a hole at, is death row, like in Greatest Ford Prison. So you see the dudes in the death row cages and stuff like that, because it's like dog cages you're going to for like when you go to your yard. You only get out hour. You either go to the yard. Sometimes it depends on the guard. They say you going to the yard or shower. What you doing?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you'll be in the joint. And I never forget, it was this one brother that was there, and he wasn't on death row, but he was in the hole for like 15 years.
That's crazy. See, now that's beyond inhuman.
And he was like a type of dude, whereas though you had to be real mindful the way you talk to him through the gate. Because he might be on the gate, say I might be talking to somebody on the gate, he get on there, get in the conversation, start saying all type of shit, and you got to back down sometimes because this dude was a master of chemical warfare. Mm-hmm. When I say chemical warfare, this dude is shit in like a lotion bottle, shit, piss, cum, all that shit in a lotion bottle, let it sit in the cell and just wait. Mm-hmm. He'll spray a guard, he'll spray you. And when you spray this shit, it's a smell that you never smelled in the history of life, and it light the whole wing up, the whole prison wing. So you had to be mad. You had to throw him like when he coming out sometime, or when you going out, and if you got to walk past his cell, like because you shackled up to go to the shower, or whatever, you got to like wrap your face up and throw a mask because you don't know if he don't like you today.
Right.
So it was deep. It was deep, and it was like if the guard come in there, got to distract somebody from the cell, or put you in the chair. It's this chair where they cuff you to the chair, and they put a mask on you so you won't spit, and you just be sitting in the chair like this, basically like your boxes, and that's it. And it just like if they got to pull you out of that cell, if they going through it with you about something, or if you don't want to come out the yard, if you don't want to come out the shower, and when they come on the tear, they'll spray. Mm-hmm. If they spray that mace, that shit go through the vents. So you'll be sitting there.
Affected.
You'll be sitting there waiting for that shit to the fan out, have your mask on. So it's real deep. It get deep in there because you got to think about it. You just in there.
Right.
You can't call your peoples and none of that shit. You better hope somebody to get on the phone can.
You think he was like that before, or you think he became like that because he was in solitary confinement for so long?
I think a lot of times you adapt to the environment. That's a part of that environment and the culture of solitary confinement. Mm-hmm. It's it's a mental game. A lot of people don't make it out on the other side. And then you got people with all type of mental issues, people on psychotropic medication. Some people that got to the psychotropic medication didn't get there because they really had issues. They got there trying to get high.
Okay.
So they go to the psych, I can't sleep. So now when you go to the psych and say you can't sleep, they give you all these type of pills that help you sleep. But you don't even know they them goofy pills.
Right.
Next thing you know, you got somebody that you knew your whole life walking by you in your yard, don't even identify you. I didn't have situations with that like that with me, whereas I see a homie, I'm like, yo, what's up? They look. Keep walking. They give you that dead stare, they be done.
They on them drugs.
Yeah, them drugs is deep.
Wow.
You know, people always, like, look at where you are today, right? Like, it's amazing to see the success that you've had. And you should be very...
in such a short time at that.
You know, you should be honestly, like, really proud of everything that you've accomplished. You know, in spite of all the people who might not have ever thought you would be here. Teachers, you know, family members, people in the neighborhood, COs.
Judges.
Yeah, everybody. Some would say, well, if you didn't go through this, you wouldn't be here today. But what are your thoughts when...
I think that too.
Yeah.
I think, you know, your story is your glory. You got to go through that to learn certain things, you know. Everybody in here, you probably won't be where you was at if you ain't go through your life. Your life is your life and it's designed for you. And I just think that's what it's really about, going through it. And through you know, your journey, you learn things. You take a lot of L's.
Right.
You learn from the L's, you get back up, and you keep going.
So what would you say were so being in jail, you got your GED, that was a positive
Yeah,
thing.
that was major.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't have done that. You were able to be in the library.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gave a fuck on the street.
You wouldn't have cared at all. So there were some things that you feel like if you can take advantage of it, then you can benefit from that because you needed to sit down. You did need to sit down because you was... And one thing you're very honest about in this book is that you were a follower.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what landed you where you are. And that's probably the situation with a lot of people.
No, I think in the street game, everybody's a follower. You ain't invent the streets. You ain't invent selling dope. You ain't invent shooting up. You ain't invent none of this shit. You're following the culture that was laid down as a foundation for you from your environment and your neighborhood. Ain't nobody no leader out there. Leader of what? Everybody answered to somebody in some type of way. And you didn't create no new shit. You ain't create the cell phone. You went out there and committed, you know, you going out there committing crimes in your community, bringing your fucking community down. What is you leading? Everybody's a follower. But it's hard. Like, we live in the black culture, being vulnerable, and that's why I always be me. And I let people see it. I don't try to hide it because I think that's what we missing in the community. We missing being human. I think everybody want to be tough.
Right.
Everybody masking this bullshit. They scared that somebody gonna see who they really are. It don't even fucking matter. Just be you. And I think that's where it come from. I think the what you call it, defense mechanism is killing people. Everybody got a defense on.
Yeah.
When it's like it's so much more soothing and relaxing to just be you and say fuck it.
I wish more people understood that.
But it's a journey to get to that too. Yeah. I mean, I think people have to go through things also to even know who they are, because sometimes you don't.
It's like everybody
in the beginning.
Everybody hold everything. I was talking to there's a couple youngins that I talked to. I know their dads. We grew up together. Some of their dads dead on the penitentiary. And when I get with them and talk to them, just kicking it with them, the shit they be saying, I be like, y'all crazy, man. Cause I be like, yo, like, if you don't let her walk by, don't say nothing. Then you trying to look for her Instagram. Tell her she look good. Say something to her. Like, everybody like afraid. Like, compliments is like.
Well, people do feel like I don't want to. It depends on where you are too. Like in the workplace, people can't say that to you.
No, fuck the word. I'm talking about regular.
Just walking in the street regular, right?
Like, everybody afraid to compliment people. Like, we just so uptight. Everybody uptight for whatever. Motherfucker uptight to go past your page, won't like your picture just because. Don't.
You know,
like,
what's so funny? We were with her the other day. She came to Angela Yee Day, and she had posted on her page a video of how this girl kept looking at her. And she's like, she looking at me like this. I'm looking at her. And then she said the woman was like, I love your hair. But, you know, automatically when somebody's looking at you. Huh?
Didn't she have a hat on?
No, she. I don't know that day, but her hair is nice and big, and I don't know when. I don't know when somebody was looking at her, but you know, she has beautiful big curly hair. But it's true. That's sometimes like people are looking at you, and you automatically assume.
You think you put the defense up?
Yeah.
I think social media made people so defensive because it seemed like everybody critical, especially if you won. Our culture, the black culture, is the most critical motherfuckers on the planet, and they only. It seemed like it seemed like they more critical when you win.
Let me tell you, I went live. I was a little tipsy at my house. Mm-hmm. Now I got a brownstone in Brooklyn, which is my second one. But
that's major.
Yeah, it is. And brownstones in Brooklyn are not.
They're not cheap. That's major.
You're on your second one.
But anyway, it was a full gut rehab. So I was live. I didn't keep the video up. I just was showing off a little bit of the paintings I had in my living room because I'm excited about that. I've been collecting art for years now. Shout out to my girl Mashonda, and who kind of helps me with that, and my girl Ingrid. So anyway, this web live bites, they always post people's lives that may not have been posted, and I only saw a couple of, and then I was like, let me not even look at this. But people was criticizing my house. It's not even done. It's a full gut rehab, so it's probably not going to be fully done for another, 6 months or whatever. But people were I'm do y'all understand? You're not going to make me feel bad about.
Let me tell you, I wanted to fight them people in them comments.
I
had to hold back from saying something.
It was just wild.
No. Let me explain something to you.
I was there is no way in life I will ever
number one, you gotta
feel bad about that.
You got to activate your fuck it button, right?
That's
number one. And number two is, one thing about the black culture, I'm speaking about us. I can't speak about one thing about us that I understand, and you deal with it. When a black win, the black win, it notify a lot of people that didn't win that they ain't do nothing. Mm-hmm. That notification is hard. That's a notification nobody want to open, and that shit hard to deal with. Because when I'm looking at you, hold up, you come from the same environment as me. Your mom and your dad struggle like mine's. You was on Section 8 like me. You was on welfare like me, and you fucking made it, and I didn't. Now I got to look myself in the mirror and have a real conversation that I'm not ready to have. So that win a lot of time on social media, that's how you got time to be so critical about me. What button did I fucking push than you?
Ooh, I just had to.
It's a notification.
But I was there's no way I feel bad about this. I love my house.
You better not.
Yeah. I was imagine trying to make somebody feel bad. It was wild.
It was terrible.
But you know what I want to ask you? Because Michael Rubin made those comments about the black community, and people were very divided on how they felt about him saying, black people are so critical of each other, and that community in particular. Some people were saying wrong messenger. I know
a lot of times it's the messenger.
What did you think about those comments?
I know Mike. I know Mike personally.
I know you did. That's why I'm asking.
And I know Mike. The thing about Mike, I'm gonna just tell you a story about Mike. When Meek got sentenced that day, and we was in the courtroom. We go back to, the judge and they're snapping. So we take a recess. Mike go in the back what is going on here? And I'm just looking at him
he has no idea.
This is what goes on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was so enraged and so shocked. He was like, why is she talking? What's going on? Why is they acting? Is this normal? And there was so much that he didn't understand how the court system go for us as black people in America that he flipped out. So we walked back in the courtroom. He stepped up to talk for Meek, and the judge blew him off and all this shit. He was he didn't even do it. What's going on? He was shocked. He left and he made a commitment that day to set it off, and he did.
Right.
Mm-hmm. From that moment, I'm talking about, it was
that was the moment.
It was 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, and him just seeing how it took place for us. So a lot of times people have good intentions of what they want to say, but sometimes
armed with good intentions.
It's just certain messages got to be heard from different people in order for people to be receptive about
really
it.
Get it.
But one thing I know about him, I seen him show up.
Right.
Showed up. He showed up a lot.
And he's honest about it too. He would tell you I didn't know this was happening until I met Meek Mill.
No, I was there. I don't know what everybody hears shit. I was in the courtroom that day with Meek. Mike was there. I seen what happened. He came and asked. He asking us what's going on? I said, Mike, listen, let me explain something to you. This is how this shit always go.
Right.
This is the story of our life. And he vowed to do something about it. He built, they built reform with him, Meek, and what's name, and this shit popped off, and they helped a lot of people. So that's what it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a being messenger.
Right.
That's all it be a lot of times.
Ooh, listen, and then obviously recently 50 Cent was on $1 Million Worth of Game, causing all kinds of responses and controversy.
No comments.
Damon Dash so
I just interview people. I don't know nothing about them.
Damon Dash so mad his teeth fell out his mouth.
I don't know nothing about that, man.
What do you think about? I was saying earlier, I was no matter what, 50 Cent could do 10 interviews, and there's always going to be great moments, in all of them, because he does. I feel a lot of times he dictates kind of where the conversation flows to. He's really good at that.
With me, my main goal when I'm sitting down with anybody, especially if you as heavy as him, I'm going in there working for the audience. It's not about me.
Right.
I'm working for the people back home. I'm working for the people that want to know. And so I'm gonna always ask. I'm gonna keep pushing. I gotta ask you a bunch of questions that's gonna give up information, and we got a lot of information.
And Tyrese.
Oh yeah, Tyrese, yeah, Reese is something.
Y'all have, had some really monumental things happen on $1 million worth of game. Why do you think that people open up so much on that platform and tell
because
stories?
When you get with us, you're around the way. Mm-hmm. It ain't you like they already know how me and Gil rolling. It ain't sugar coated, and we not like the traditional platform. We just us and we kick it. And some of these people that y'all see us with, they call us and we FaceTiming us and we laughing about regular shit all the time.
Right.
So when you come and get with us, we're a platform where as though like not like most of these other platforms where it's just free to be you. You just be yourself.
It's not a
people really thought y'all was strippers after you guys came on and joked about it.
Oh yeah. No, Gil was stripping. He did some,
No, both of you.
I was
They
security.
thought both of you were.
Oh, I did.
I was security.
Yeah, I did. I had a couple nights.
That's why you had to get your surgery, and now you really could get back on it.
I had a couple nights, but I ain't, I ain't gonna keep going. But it is what it is.
It was like literally people would come up to me and be like, "Yeah, they used to be strippers." I'm like, first of all, that was in the past, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I tell them,
it's off the hook. It was off the hook for me.
So how do you feel now, Armed with Good Intentions? I know this is not your first book, but this is
my first day. This is my real book.
This your real, okay.
The other ones was independent. I put out, but this is the big one right here.
Yeah, because I have the other one too. So
yeah, this is the big one.
All right. So how was it for you, even like revisiting? I know you talk about this, and like you said, you give a lot of yourself. Mm-hmm. When you tell your stories, but now this is like condensed in one book. How was it for you going through the whole process of writing?
It was good, just having I had a great writer, Raquel D.A. Zeus. She helped me with the book.
Rocky Thunder.
Yes, we love Raquel.
Yes, did the, you know what I mean? I had, shout out to her, shout out to Ayana Banzan who did the foreword.
I saw that.
Shout out to Jonathan Minion. Shout out to Simon Schuster Gallery Book 13A for making this possible. It's a good process, and especially when you do the audio book, it's just like, I'm laughing at so much stuff because it's like I'm a crazy, and then when my grandma, see the craziest thing is when I give it to Nanny. So the first copies I gave it to Nanny, and Nanny said she read it in like one night.
Yeah,
and she was like,
I plan on reading it as soon as we leave.
Yeah, Nanny said, "You was a badass. I knew you did a lot of stuff, boy, but you."
She was telling you from the beginning.
Nanny always was like, and to see her, she be 90 September 30th. Shout out to Nanny. It's just like, it's just a good feeling. But the audio book, y'all gonna love that.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like hearing you read.
Hearing your voice.
Tripping.
Your own, but you was wild though.
I was tripping because listen, I just was
you
like.
You was robbing places with no mask on.
No, you know why? Because I didn't, listen, let me explain something to you about
even
me.
I know.
Growing up, I just was out there running around living. I didn't give a fuck.
Crazy.
I didn't give a. So imagine on this side why I make it happen so much because I don't give a fuck still.
You know what though? Being able to disconnect from how you've back then, you were able to disconnect yourself from what you were doing, right? And the fact that like a woman could be screaming, yelling, but in your head you're like, I'm not going to shoot her, I'm not going to kill her.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. It's not her money. Like all the excuses that people make for why they do certain things. Acting like, okay, well, I'm robbing the store, but it ain't their money. What are they so mad about?
No, it's the impact of crime. Like, see, impact on crime. And I ain't gonna front. This one class I took in jail. This shit was impact on crime is the impact that it have not just for the person that you committing the crime, their family when they hear about what happened, your family, the community. So it is deep. No matter how you try to word it, crime is crime.
Right.
Wrong is wrong. Right is right.
That's interesting. My girl, Topeka Sam, she was up here and she was talking about when she went to jail, and she was saying how she really felt like she hadn't done anything wrong until she met somebody who was born addicted to drugs because her mom was taking drugs. And, she was helping drug dealers, transport.
Yeah.
And she was like, at that point, I was like, let me just sit here and do my time because you don't realize that you did something. You'll make every excuse as to how you didn't hurt anybody. Yeah.
One thing about me, I was a time machine. I did my time. I ain't do no complaining, no whining. That's why why you think, in our community, a lot of dudes come home mad. I ain't come home mad.
You came home happy.
I came home happy and shit like, bet.
It's on.
Yes, it's on. It's lovely out here. I never was, because I couldn't blame nobody. I made the decision to do the dumb shit I was doing.
Right.
It ain't nobody's fault. If you ain't send me no money, you ain't visit me, that ain't your fault. I'm going to do this time and I'm going to come home and I'm going to live.
And now you got a tour for this book, and I can just imagine. First of all, I know this is going to be super lit because everybody's going to come out to see you. I want to tell y'all how hard it was to get Wallo to come up here. You're so booked and busy all the time.
But I'm up here.
With them stripping gigs.
Listen.
With them stripping gigs.
Oh, no. Actually, I'm ready going to, I'm going to do a couple of residency in the Magic Mike joint. They got me headlining.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, they got me headlining there ever since
So you
the
all
surgery.
healed up?
Yeah, ever since the surgery. They're going to have me
good.
headlining there, residency in Vegas. So come out and check me out. I mean, so we can see me there.
But
Wow.
everything starts in the Bronx with
Where
me.
you going to be?
Yes.
You're going to be in the Bronx,
I'm
the
going to
Lit
be
Bar.
doing that at the Lit Bar, so I'm
The
excited for
day
that.
the book drops, September 10th, we're going to be in New York City, so I don't care what barrel you from. Get to the Bronx where hip-hop started, and we're going to, some new stuff going to start that day.
No, I'm definitely honored to be able to be on that kickoff
Thank you.
in the Bronx, in New York City, to be able to sit down and talk to you about your book, Armed with Good Intentions. When I tell you an amazing read for anybody, like just really great, really well told. And and very honest of you to be able to share this with us. And talk to me a little bit about working with Reform Alliance too as the CMO. I just want to know what that means to you, because I think it's a perfect fit for them.
Well, it's just like you can't teach what you don't know. You can't lead where you don't go. You can't have a person. I'm a person that's from this. I'm a person that did the time. I'm a person that's connected to the issue. I'm a person that's right there with the people that's affected. Like in real time. I remember I even did stuff with probation and parole in Philadelphia before, whereas I helped over like 400 people get reinstated. They was on a run. And I did a call one time. Shout out to Pastor Wallo. Shout out to Christian Stevens from the Pennsylvania Parole Board. Shout out to the district attorney in the Philadelphia courts. This was in 2018 when we did this. And what happened was they got with me. They was like, listen, Wallo, I know it sounds crazy, but we want people to turn themselves in, and we're going to let them walk out of this church. Pastor Wallo said, shout out to him, he said, we're not doing this. If y'all any funny business, we shutting this down.
Right.
He got a big church in Philadelphia, and I got on social media, and I got 400 people to come down here and turn themselves in.
Ooh.
And it was crazy because
that
I'm outside. I'm outside, right?
I'd be like,
I'm like, y'all put my rep on. I said, don't put my rep on the line like nobody.
Can you imagine? Oh my
So
God.
you got boys pulling up.
Gilly will kill me if I.
No, I ain't worried about Gilly. So I'm down there, right? And this was years ago. This is with Pennsylvania Pro. So I'm down there, right? And boys pulling up, rolling down the window. Wallo, man, what's up with this shit, man? But I tell them certain cases, right? I broke the cases down. So they'll pull up. I got a what's name?
Not everything.
Keep going, Neff. Just keep
Right.
going.
You just keep
This
going.
ain't for you.
This ain't for you.
This ain't for you. This ain't for you. And this, but it was like good stuff. But like,
going.
But certain people was pulling up and you was like, no, we got you. You good.
yeah, but it's like
400.
Yeah, it's not just that. I got my nonprofit Wallo 267 Foundation, where I'm be helping providing resources to juvenile offenders when they come out of jail.
Right, because you spent a lot of
Because
time
I spent a lot,
and
it's
you
like,
know what you needed.
Yeah, because like you know your nephew come home, your little cousin come home. He come home like, and a lot of times in these juvenile facilities, they be playing games. They don't really do too much.
It's not that bad.
They don't have no real resources. Teaching them real teach them technology. Teaching them, getting them job experience, getting them real stuff, like getting them
teaching
therapy.
them how to code.
Therapy.
Because a lot of times those kids are so smart,
Man,
but
listen.
they're just using their intelligence in
Not
the
just
wrong
that.
way.
And I always believe in, like, because I was just telling my videographer, I was like, damn, I got to do a program in Philly where though I get like 100 kids and get them and get some coders that could teach them how to make games, because our children, our kids, they know how to play the game, they know how to master the game, so they need to know how to make the game.
Right.
Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Y'all know how much money y'all spending on these games for cousins and nephews, them little kids. They'll sit there,
Roblox
eat them,
and all of that.
they'll go crazy. So why are we not making no games?
Right. And even think about yourself, how you, at that time, you were reading and education was below the level that you were supposed to be
yes.
on. But now look at the super intelligence that you had. It just wasn't being activated.
Yeah, and even now we got to be real careful, because a lot of these school districts, I'm talking about they passing kids just to be passing kids. No kids left behind. It's like, hold up.
Right.
Hold up, you're making them dumb like that.
Yeah.
Because, you seeing grades, you're like, hold up, didn't that used to be like a D?
Yeah, how did you
That's
get it?
deep.
Yeah.
The
They just
scoring
like, I don't want to
system
deal with
now
this anymore.
is
We
way
got it.
different.
So
And
it's
they
deep.
also know they get certain benefits and financial support when they are able
When
to.
the kids are passing along.
When they passing it, it'd be fake. And then next you know, a kid 21 and can't even read, can't ain't on
They
point,
don't even
know.
teach cursive writing in school anymore.
What?
Yeah, they don't teach kids how to write in cursive. You don't remember that one football or
You used to
ball
have
player
the
with
blank
the little
joint.
dots, right?
you had
The
to.
little
Oh,
dashes.
yeah, where you had to, like,
there was
outline it.
there was a sports guy, I don't know, football, basketball. He was signing a contract, and they said sign here, and he like, what you mean sign? And they're like, write your name. He like, how? Like he didn't even know how to write his own
Right.
name in cursive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't need to know how to
That's
do long
wild.
division and
Yeah,
math
like-
anymore.
That's crazy.
Listen. And lastly, I want to talk about another thing that happens in the book. Rick, who worked with you a lot, you know, and it feels like he was a great influence for you as well. But he asked you, do you love your mom? And I remember flashing back even to before that, where you were wondering where was your mother when all of this was happening, but also learning how to be able to, if you want forgiveness, to also forgive people who are doing the best that they can.
One thing about our community is this is important. And it tapped into me one time. It was this young brother in Philly. He was a twin. And he was so angry. He was like, my pop ready to come home, but I don't want to deal with it. What do I do? Wow. In that moment, I told him, I said, listen, you got to be patient with your dad. A lot of us in the hood, we don't understand. A lot of our parents had us as kids. So it was kids trying to raise the kids when for real, nanny, the grandmoms is the one that really raised us. And a lot of us had a disconnect with our parents based upon they were still trying to figure out life themselves.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, that right there let me know that I love Jacqueline Peoples, my mom. I love her to death. And it was like I grew to understand it wasn't her. It was, her figuring out life, her living life. And I think that's what really helped my heart heal and helped me be like, damn, because a lot of times when you're young, you're looking for everybody to blame except yourself. And I think I got caught up in that and, looking for somebody to point the finger at and say, oh, because of this, because of this. Whole time I was on some dumb shit. The whole time she was growing and, she gave me life and she was figuring things out for herself. And so I'm just thankful that she's still here. You know what I mean? I love her, and everything is different now.
Did she hear the book yet or read it? Or?
Yeah, she got the book. She one of the first ones to get the book. She's like, nigga, where my book at?
Did y'all ever have like these hard conversations where you guys, even in the process of writing this, where you like, let me have a sit down? Or even prior to that?
I think prior to that we had some conversations because, my mom is real. She don't play no games, and she was hardcore, especially back in the day. I remember me going to jail, and somebody called me like, I remember we called Nanny. She was like, they was like, yo, Wallo and Steve in jail. She like, oh, them niggas be all right. They know everybody.
Wow, and
did. Like she was a real cool, and them ass whoopings was different too. You know, what I mean, she them good ass whoopings back in the day. But mom is mom. She know.
And what about like a void from not having your father?
What's crazy? Rest in peace to Hip. Hip was like my stepfather. My real father disappeared when I was like 2-3 years old. Don't know what happened to him. But I think Hip was the closest thing to my father. But somebody that my mom dealt with that I respected. All them other niggas, I ain't really like them either. Like Tyrese said, I ain't like them either. I like the Hip. So I understand what he was saying, man. You know what I mean? Especially you come in the crib, you see a wave cap drying on your shower joint. You're like, shit. You know what I mean? But
wow.
But like Hip was like that guy, man. He was like, he used to always try to prevent me from the streets. But the problem that happened, it didn't. Hip, a.k.a. Jonathan Cunningham, 60th Street Moon Gang, West Philadelphia. They know who that is. What happened was, I'm going to see him in the penitentiary as a kid, right? We look at this picture, right? And it was crazy. I'm going to see him in the penitentiary as a kid right here. This is us at the prison visit, Dallas Penitentiary. That's Hip. That's me in the back. That's my brother Steve, rest in peace. And that's my little brother Jalal. That's Hip's son. So what happened is this prison right here, we used to go to visit, like all the time. My mom taking up, we going to this prison. This same prison, this in 87, in 1998, me and Hip become cellmates there.
Right.
And in 2005, me and Steve become cellmates there.
Oh my gosh.
Generational incarceration. So you know what I mean? Like, here go the joint
That's
right here
wild.
with me and Steve. This with me and Steve was cellmates. They call prison IDs.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So it was deep,
Man, I don't even want to give away too much of this book. I know we talked about a lot of it, but
yeah.
I have so much I could.
I can't wait to read it. I did flip through it, and I love the pictures. I love the way they go in chronological order.
Yeah.
And, but when you guys read this, I mean, it is, it's quite a ride. And it's good. You know why? Because we already know where you end up when we start the book.
That part.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you feel like, at least we know he's okay.
Yeah.
And he's
Do you feel a sense of relief after telling the story? Like, filling in all of the gaps and the dots from the things that people don't know, like really like giving the details.
Yeah, it's good because I think people need that because I think a lot of people share them same. I think it's different locations, different things, but everybody share that, and sometimes it can help people to say, "Damn, you know what? I still do got a shot."
Right.
Because I could have gave up. I could have said, "Damn, I was in the system." I never looked at it like, "Oh, I'm in the system. I'm done." I'm like when I get out, it's up.
It's up, and it's still up.
It's up. And right now I'm just warming up. That's all.
Would you want to find your father if he's still? Is that something?
I remember one day it was crazy. I thought I seen him, right? And it was wow, man, you know, because I remember when I was a kid, like, only thing I remember is, like, driving with him in the car. I remember that really, him coming to my grandma and nanny house. I don't, you know, if I seen him, I'd be like, damn, nigga, where you been at? Like, I know how I am. I have a comment, like, what's up? I wouldn't be mad or none of that. I just talk to him, be like, damn, what happened? What's going on? Like, where you at? And like, I got to need more, you know, family. Siblings. Like it's just, it would be that for me. I don't think I would be upset or none of that shit. Because I know, like, for me, growing and living life, I just look at it like, you don't know how this shit gonna go. And you don't know what people was up against personally. And I know we always want to hold people accountable for some shit, and you don't know where they be at in life.
You don't know what happened because you can only guess why he had to.
No. Only thing I did know was he was a big time methamphetamine dealer. He had Rolls Royces, Benzes, and all that crazy shit. He was getting money, a lot of money. And one of his homies had got killed the week before. He disappeared, and then all of a sudden so I don't know.
That was it. Yeah,
he was definitely doing it. I don't know if they got him too, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wow. But he was doing it.
Whew. All right. Well, listen, you guys, the tour is starting in the Bronx on September 10th. Philly, New Orleans, Houston, Miami, LA, Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, Cincinnati, DC. Make sure y'all come out and check out Wallo the book, Armed with Good Intentions. You are going to love it. And, you know, just I think definitely an inspirational story that's going to help a lot of people. So we thank you so much for coming through. Always a fan.
Yes. Oh, before I leave, listen, check out that Airplanes and Hotels. You see, I got it on. Okay. Check out that Pure Fuel. My hydration drink is the official hydration drink for the Philadelphia Sixers, Chicago Sky, you know, and anything else I got going on. Wallo 267 Foundation. We building it up. Oh yeah, that's the camera right there. See, I don't know. Y'all got all these cameras, man. All these little different cameras. But listen, go get this book right here, man. It's a book, man. Listen, get it for a friend. Holiday coming. Get it for everybody in your family. They're gonna love it. Your aunt, your grandma, your brother, everybody. It's going down. Armed with Good Intentions. Check me out.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's way up.
Way up.